Hey guys, welcome to another video of mine, Commodable, and this is a talking point video regarding Houssem Aouar, how he would tactically fit at Chelsea, the type of formation that we could use to basically deploy Houssem Aouar into the team. Could you play as a register, number 8, 4-2-3-1 or the 4-3-3? You're going to be getting into background information, how Houssem Aouar has that technical potential, that ability, what type of player he is. Going to go into detailed statistics. It's going to be a proper, very detailed analysis of Houssem Aouar. Going to be going into all the analysis, every single bit of detail regarding Houssem Aouar, so you guys are up to date regarding the player. He's of interest from Chelsea. Many of you guys know that I've rated him very, very highly. Would love him at Chelsea. He would suit the system, and he's so technically gifted and talented. Going to be getting into all the statistics, all the details, so you guys are up to date regarding him. But if you do enjoy this video, make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to my channel if you are on here. Make sure notification for every time I do upload. And without further ado, let's get started. Now, starting off with background information. Before I do get into any analysis regarding Houssem Aouar, tactical analysis, and what formation we could deploy, let's get into Houssem Aouar. Now, who is Houssem Aouar? Houssem Aouar is the Algerian French wonder kid. And essentially, he was a French-born footballer who currently plays in Ligue 1 side Olympique Lyonnais. And Aouar has Algerian descent, but was born in 1998 in Lyon. So very, very young, only 21 years of age, going into 22. Very young, world-class potential. Aouar joined Lyon's academy at the age of 11 in 2009. He's flourished in the academy, where he was rewarded with an opportunity to play for Lyon's B team. After some great performances for the youth side, Aouar was rewarded with his first contract at Lyon. His introduction came at a very key time, as midfielders such as Gonalons and Tolisso both left the club. Aouar, getting into a bit of detail regarding him, who is Aouar? Aouar is a very technical midfielder. His passing range is unbelievable, and he often relies on his movement on and off the ball to breeze past players. His slim body type allows him to easily move into pockets of space and drift out wide, operating in those half spaces and of course in between the lines. Now, his only notable weaknesses are found with Aouar is that he's very poor in the air. His crossing is relatively average, and on rare occasions his decision making is poor. All of these would not matter in the end when he's paired with a solid midfielder, like a Kovacic or someone that would be at the club during a time. Like I've always said with Houssem Aouar, he doesn't work well in midfield too. Similar to Jorginho, we saw that weakness against Bayern Munich in the midfield too in a 3-5-2 formation. He doesn't work as efficient, he doesn't work as well because he hasn't got that support. He gets pressed easily, even though he's very press resistant, he's quality. Teams will target him, and of course he flourishes and thrives in a three-man midfield. Now, Aouar is known to play as a mixture of Lyon greats such as Cruyff and Grenier, and he is often referred as to the next Iniesta. Now, of course, when I've been watching Aouar so far this season, and we've watched Aouar in the past and seen clips and highlights, for me, he would suit the Premier League, but it depends on the formation. This is why I'm making this video for you guys, because, for example, in the free formation, 3-5-2 or 3-4-3, I don't think he would be much effective, be much use whatsoever. I don't think they'd be very inefficient. For Aouar to succeed in a possession-based team, he would need to be part of a three-man midfield, very similar to how Carlo Ancelotti deployed Di Maria in the 2013-14 for Real Madrid. The only difference is that his defensive contributions would be much higher. Of course, Aouar, he's got the high energy work rate, similar to Mount in that sense, got the high intensity. That's what I mean by he suits Lampard, because he has the high press, high energy, how he play gegenpress, you press the opponent. In a three-man midfield in a 4-3-3 or a 4-2-3-1, he would thrive, and he has much better defensive capabilities. Now, with Aouar being a young talent who's proven himself in the Champions League, he won't come cheap, and the fact that he's already signed a contract extension at Lyon would mean clubs would need to pay a minimum of 40 million euros for his signature. And that's a bit of background information regarding Houssem Aouar. Of course, we've had reports and publications saying that it would cost around 15 euros. I believe it'd be a much more greater sum, greater figure than that. I think that's quite cheap for his price. Look, listen, the guy has world-class potential. He's an elite talent with the attributes that he has, the way he suits Lampard's system. For me, he is a must-buy for our team. Now, getting into detailed statistics, starting off with the basic ones before I get into detailed ones. We know that he's 21, and so far this season in the League On, he's had 23 games, 3 goals and 4 assists, so 7 goals and assists in 23 games. He's had a lot of experience in Champions League, which is very beneficial and good for his development and growth. 5 games in Champions League, 1 goal. Yes, those statistics aren't fabulous and the greatest, but we have to remember that Houssem Aouar is very versatile. He doesn't play as your out and out number 10 or number 8. He plays a lot in the pivot, and he thrives in the pivot. Alongside Kovacic, he'd be amazing. He's athletic, he's physical, He's very elegant and elite, technical, quick, agile, and for me that's why he would suit the Premier League greatly. Now if you look at his detailed statistics, which are the most important parts in my opinion, now his strengths are his passing, his dribbling and holding onto the ball. His weaknesses are, like I said, his average crossing, a little bit of defensive contribution, and of course diving to tackles. So the good benefit of this, he won't get many yellow cards or red cards because he doesn't usually dive in tackles. Very elegant, elite, very technical, moves into those pockets of spaces, and so he won't get injured as much. He won't pick up as many yellow cards or red cards, which is so crucial to a team as well. He likes to play short passes. He's an indirect set piece threat. He gets fouled often, which is good, so it draws the players inwards, draws pressure out of the team, very similar to how Hazard used to do it, where you would draw pressure and attention away from your team, draw the players in, freeing up space for your players, your teammates, etc., making it quite beneficial. Likes to do layoffs and of course likes to dribble. Now, if you look at the actual detailed statistics of Houssem Aouar, like his pass completion, etc. So far in League One this season, he has an 86% pass completion, 2 tackles per game, 1 foul per game, 5 assists, and he completes around 45 passes per game. Now, I think that this is outstanding. Yes, we know the League One is not the most competitive league. However, for me, those statistics is very good. You look at Bruno Fernandes, who a lot of fans are raving about him, rightly so. He only had a 75% pass completion, whereas Houssem Aouar has 11% extra, which is significantly greater. Plus, the League One, is a lot more competitive compared to the Portuguese league as well. So I think that his passing completion, his dribbling, his short passing, his movement, his movement is so elite. The positions that he finds himself in, very, very high footballing IQ as well. The pockets of space he finds, drifting out wide, finding his man. The through balls as well. If you guys watch him on YouTube or you watch him in a real game, you see the needle of his passes, the weight of his passes, the type of creative passes he has. And if we do play him in a number 8 position, the way that he can find his man, because he has that creativity. And how many times this season have we played against opponents that play a low to mid block tactics, that sit deep, 2 banks of 4, and we're unable to break them down? Aouar, he can find those blocks, he can break down those low to mid blocks, break those lines, operate in those in between lines, and be creative. And of course, will win a lot more games with Aouar on the team because of his creativity, etc. Now, getting into the formation. Now, what formation would Aouar suit? For me, like I've already mentioned, he wouldn't work in a 3-at-the-back formation or a 5-at-the-back formation. Now, starting off with the 4-3-3, how would Aouar potentially line up in the 4-3-3 formation? Now, as you have on the screen right now, forget the new signings, that is hypothetical. This is what I would want. Of course, you could see Sancho, Telles, Upamecano, but this is your typical 4-3-3, a similar kind of setup we had under Maurizio Sarri. We had the Jorginho in that register position with Kovacic right centre mid, and then we had a Ruben or Barkley left centre mid last season. But this season, if you do sign Aouar, he could potentially be a Jorginho replacement. Aouar in that register position, he's played register multiple times for Lyon, so he has experience in that role. He's quick, he's movement, he's press resistant, he's very, very technical, so he can play in that position as well. And having that versatility is very, very crucial to a top team. He can play in a register position with Kovacic in the right centre mid and Ruben as a number 8 creator. That's one option you can have in a 4-3-3, or you could have another 4-3-3 formation with Aouar in the number 8 position. You could keep Jorginho, have Jorginho in the register position, keep Kovacic in that right centre position, and have Houssem Aouar in that left centre position in that number 8 role where he's creating, he's passing, his movement is movement in between lines and the half spaces, giving his defensive contributions, taking long shots, etc., being that threat going forward as well. For me, he's a world-class talent. For me, I think that he would be amazing in that number 8 position. Or finally, you could have him in a different formation, a 4-2-3-1, where you'd have the pivot, where you'd have Aouar playing that pivot alongside Kovacic, and you'd have either a Ruben or a Ziyech in that number 10 position. Having Aouar on that pivot, he plays pivot most of the time for Lyon as well. And this is what I mean by his versatility. He can play in multiple positions in the midfield as well, which is so, so important. And playing in the pivot, he can give defensive support. He's athletic, he's quick, he's elegant, he's agile, and his agility is important. Very, very dynamic midfielder. And for me, there are very, very limited weaknesses regarding Houssem Aouar. All I can see with him is benefits and positives. I think he's a must sign. He would be an absolute bargain to sign as well, and I'll be very, very happy with his signature. But leave me your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. Would you love Houssem Aouar at Chelsea? If not, leave me your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. Or do you agree with me and think that he would be a massive upgrade to our midfield and that he would elevate our team a lot and give that creative spark that we have been missing a lot this season? Leave me your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. But I am going to wrap up the video there, guys. If you did enjoy this video, to smash the like button, subscribe to my channel if you are not here. Make sure the button notification for every time I do upload. And I'll see you guys for my next video. Peace.